Hey there, welcome everybody to this special edition of TXN Sports World. I am your host, Anthony Florio, joined by good old MF, Michael Fletcher. Ladies and gentlemen, MF, come on in. You know what to do. We got bonus commentary, baby. Team USA, Team Canada, the Four Nations Face-Off Championship, tied at 2. We got about 6 minutes and change to go. I know MF's a little bit ahead of me because of the respective devices that we have, but there is most certainly going to be bonus commentary of the Four Nations face-off, and we will get to that in just a moment. But here tonight, we are also awaiting, of course, Michael Bullock. If Bullock comes in, we will catch him up on what he missed, or if not, then we will hopefully have him back with us tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk. And a word of warning here when it comes to tomorrow night's Cerebral Smack Talk. You thought Tuesday night's ridiculously raw was something? Oh, Cerebral Smack Talk is going to be just as exciting and newsworthy. Oh, believe you me. So, but yes, Team Canada, Team USA, Four Nations face off. It's 2-2 with we're coming up on about 5 minutes or so to go in regulation time. TD Garden, Boston, Massachusetts. The championship game we all wanted. We all wanted Team USA versus Team Canada. And boy, howdy, it has more than lived up to the hype and then some. I think we are most assuredly looking at a golden goal situation here, a la what we had 15 years ago in 2010 in the Winter Olympics when these two played for the gold medal. So, but yep, as soon as we're ready to go, we'll bring you the bonus commentary. And and I think we're
at a TV timeout.
That's what I figured. Okay. Oh, as MF would say, mercy. Oh man, what a game. 2-2. So let's break it down here while we have this TV timeout. So as soon as the TV timeout is done, MF will come in and we will have the bonus commentary for this game here. And wow, it is everything we thought it would be, and then some. And trying to break it all down here. So it was Team Canada. Team Canada opened the scoring as it was Nathan McKinnon of the Colorado Avalanche who put Team Canada on the board first. They went up 1-0. And all right, it was Nathan McKinnon, his fourth of this tournament. Thomas Harley and Sam Reinhart with the assists at 4:48 in the first period, 1-0 Canada. Later in the first, at 16:52, Brady Tkachuk with his third of the tournament. Austin Matthews, the assist, tied the game at 1. And then at 7:32 of the second period, Jake Sanderson from Austin Matthews and Zach Werenski, 2-1 USA. And then at 14 minutes even of the second period, Sam Bennett of the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers from Mitch Marner of the Toronto Maple Leafs, 2-2, 4:24 to go in the third period. Connor Hellebuck is the starting goalie for Team USA, representing the Winnipeg Jets, I believe, and Jordan Binnington, representing the St. Louis Blues, is the goalie for Team Canada. I believe the TV timeout is I believe we're back to live action now. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give you our voice, good old MF Michael Fletcher, bonus commentary. This is what we live for, friends. This is what we live for right here. So, MF, it's all yours, babe.
All right, kid, and now we're down to 3:43 remaining in the third period. USA and Canada at a 2-2 clip. They dump it inside and this one goes up and over the net into the netting with 3:36 remaining in the game. A friendly reminder, on Saturday, the NHL is back as we got a doubleheader starting at 12:30 on ABC and ESPN Plus. It will be the Minnesota Wild and the Detroit Red Wings, and then the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Washington Capitals renews their rivalry. That will be at 3:30. Puck drop advantage goes to Canada as they try to dump it deep down ice. Now recoil back to the Americans. The Americans just does a dump and chase, gets wrapped around the boards. Bennington comes out of his net to make a play on it, and now here comes Canada on an odd man rush as they give it to McKibben. McKibben, who's got the goal earlier tonight, tries to get it into the corner, and now it does. However, there's an American there, and they clear it out. Now it comes up the other way. Here's a 2-on-1 breakaway. An opportunity. Oh, just overshot his guy. And now here comes Connor McDavid. McDavid shoots. That one goes wide of the net. McDavid still has the puck. Now gets thrown back into the neutral zone. And the crowd is going crazy here in Boston. And now USA champ being led out by this great crowd in Boston. Doughty tries to make a play on it. Now goes deep. And that was easily played by the Americans. Tries to go a dump and dumps back down to neutral ice. That one gets intercepted, but can he play it enough? No. Jarvis with it now. Jarvis trying to bring it up ice, but gets cut off at the pass, and the Americans has it. And now here comes a couple of here and there passes as the U.S. trying to change it up. And now they just try to dump it down. Bennington will play it. And now goes around. Hagel at the line with the puck and now had it, but briefly got taken away. Still near the blue line, and they're still slapping for it. Now finally recovered by Canada with 1:45 remaining in the period. And now deep into the zone, U.S. just tries to clear it out and gets on the line, and that one's now back into neutral zone. With 1:35 remaining in the third period, here's a deep pass opportunity, and a nice save by Hellebuck.
There's a familiarity when your teammates are on the ice. McKinnon came off the bench and he starts skating.
There's no question about it, MF. We are definitely looking at a golden goal situation here.
And Nathan McKibben had the opportunity, but Connor Hellebuck slammed the door on him and keeps it a 2-2 tie. 1:29 remaining in the third period. And now they try to go down, and now tries to clear it, and that one does get cleared. 1:20 now to go. And the specter of overtime, the golden goal, like Anthony Florio had mentioned, and it looks like we might be getting that. Possibly. And there's a chant of USA, as he tries to go down in front. And now here's an opportunity. That one goes a little wide. With 1 minute remaining in the third. And now here's an opportunity for the Americans. They'll just slowly bring it up ice. And he's just going to dump it so that they can get a full line change. 45 remaining in the third. Harley with the puck. Now it's trying to go up the middle with it. Now played by Hellebuck. And got tangled up with Sanderson. And now there's an opportunity for Canada to try to throw it on net. Here's an opportunity now. Down in front. Looking. No. Rebound goes wide. And now Marner with it. He fires. That gets blocked. And now here comes Canada on a final rush to try to stop this. And now they clear it, but now not completely out. Here's McCarr with a shot. That one goes into the net, goes into the glove of Hellebuck, and he holds. 5.6 remaining. Canada with a blitz at the very end. Almost had the golden goal to win it.
Whew.
Michael Bullock has joined us, and yes,
what
and Bullock,
what a
I'm
game.
sure you already know, we got bonus commentary of the final four of the first four championship here.
Whew, what a game.
Oh, yeah.
5-6 remaining on the clock, and now they get it. Canada, one last shot. That gets thrown away, and we are going to overtime in the gold medal game. The final could not be decided in 60 minutes. We will have overtime. And oh, by the way, the last time America and Canada was in the overtime, the 2010 Winter Olympic final. Canada won that one. The golden goal was scored by Sidney Crosby.
Whew, my goodness.
Well, well, as I always say, gentlemen, so that happened. So, all right. So, all right. So this is what we're going to do here. Obviously, the intermission report lasts quite a few minutes. So
we got at least 20 minutes to burn before we get into overtime.
Okay. So, yeah, friends, you're in for a treat here tonight. So, as we come back into our respective makeshift studios here, this is TXN Sports World. TXN Sports World is on the air here on the Tone 25, here on YouTube and StreamYard.com. I am your host, Anthony Florio, joined as always by good old MF Michael Fletcher. Michael Bullock, he's here as well. And, well, so the story, 2-2, Team Canada, Team USA in the championship game of the Four Nations face-off, TD Garden, Boston, Massachusetts. I already ran down everything, but let's get into some numbers here. The shots on goal, 27-24 in favor of Team USA. The hits, also 27-24 in favor of Team USA. You want evenness, guys? Listen to this. Face-offs. Team Canada 29, Team USA 28. Face-off win percentage. Team Canada 50.9, Team USA 49.1. We've only had one power play opportunity. That was Team Canada. They did not score on it. No shorthanded goals. Only one penalty in the game. Block shots 19-14 in favor of Team USA. Takeaways. Each team with 5 takeaways. Team USA 19 giveaways. Team Canada 17 giveaways. So yeah, so that means Jordan Bennington 25 saves on 20 on he has 25 saves on he has stopped 25 of the 27 Team USA shots, and Connor Hellebuck 22 saves on the 24 shots by Team Canada. So the next goal, whoever scores the next goal will win the inaugural Four Nations face-off. And once overtime gets underway, MF we will get into the bonus commentary, and I am hopeful that we'll have a winner by the time we go off the air here tonight. So so hold on to your hats. I mean, we all remember how much of a ratings winner the game between these two teams were last Saturday night in Montreal, and then during the round robin portion of this, when Team USA won 3-1. That game last week was the most watched non-Stanley Cup final game in nearly 6 years, since 2019. So unreal stuff here. So while we wait for overtime to begin, what we're going to do right now is we're going to shift gears right now, and we are going to recap the 2025 NBA All-Star festivities. It started last Friday night with the celebrity game at the old Oakland Arena in Oakland, California. Two of the all-time greats in San Francisco sports history, NFL Hall of Famer Jerry Rice and Major League Baseball legend Barry Bonds. They served as honorary coaches. and it was Team Barry Bonds winning the game by a score of 66-55. Rome Flynn led the way for Team Bonds with 22 points. For Jerry Rice's team, his former teammate with the San Francisco 49ers, Terrell Owens, 18 points and 6 rebounds. And Team Barry Bonds was the winner. So, and then we had the Rising Stars Challenge. There was Team Chris, led by the great Chris Mullen. Team Mitch, which was led by another all-time great, Mitch Richmond. Team Tim, which was led by Tim Hardaway. And a G League team that was coached by Jeremy Lin. Team Chris defeated Team Tim in the first game 40-34, and Team G League upsetting Team Mitch 40-39. But it was Team Chris Mullen, defeating the G League team 25-14 in the final. So the Chris Mullen team advanced to the NBA All-Star Championship tournament to join Candace Parker and Team Rising Stars. Then it was on to NBA All-Star Saturday night, which was at the Chase Center in San Francisco, California. It started with the Skills Challenge, and it was Team Cavs, the two men of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. They were the winners. There was some controversy, though. Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs, well, let's just say they didn't play fair, and they ended up getting disqualified. You don't often hear of anything like that, especially in an event like that. And unfortunately, I'm sure you all heard the sad news today that Victor Wembanyama's season is over. It was discovered that he had a blood clot, and because of that, Victor Wembanyama, his season is over for the San Antonio Spurs. Your heart breaks for him. Our thoughts and our prayers are with Victor Wembanyama for a speedy recovery, and we hope to see you back on the court next season. And then from there, we had the 3-point shootout. And the winner of that, Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat. In the final, he defeated Buddy Hield of the Golden State Warriors and Darius Garland of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Buddy Hield, in the first round of the 3-point shootout, scored 31 points. But not even that was enough, as Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat winning the 3-point shootout. And then the slam dunk contest, it was Mac McClung of the Orlando Magic. First time it's ever been done. 3 consecutive slam dunk contest championships for Mac McClung. So he went up against Stephon Castle of the San Antonio Spurs, and a very close final round as he defeated Castle 100-99.6. And then, last but certainly not least, the NBA All-Star Game itself, with that brand new format. 4-team tournament with a championship, similar to the format used by the Rising Stars since 2022. Each of the teams consisted of 8 players. Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith were the general managers. Candace Parker was the GM for the Rising Stars team. And the winner of each game was the first team to score 40 points. And the first game featured Shaq's OGs versus the Rising Stars. And Shaq's OGs defeated the Rising Stars 42-35. And then the second game, Charles Barkley's Global Stars versus Kenny Smith's Young Stars. And the Global Stars won that game by a score of 41-32. And then in the championship game, Shaq's OGs defeating Chuck's Global Stars 41-25. And Shaq's OGs won the mini tournament with a 41-25 win over Chuck's Global Stars. Stephen Curry with 12 points for the OGs, including 3 on a half-court shot, and was named the All-Star Game MVP. Even though Jason Tatum of the NBA champion Boston Celtics led the way with 15 points. For Shaq's team, Victor Wembanyama scored 11 to lead the Global Stars team in the championship game. But nonetheless, look, I mean, very interesting new format. It was definitely an experience for me seeing it when it comes to the NBA All-Star game. I mean, you know, talking with some friends, I'll tell you what, we're very much into this. I mean, I honestly think they should keep it this way going forward. I mean, because the NBA All-Star game in years past, I mean, yeah, a few here and there were exciting. Of course, the greatest one of all time was the one in Chicago a few years ago. We'll never forget that one. And but All-Star games were known to be, you know, showcases and, you know, razzle-dazzle plays and no defense, no effort whatsoever, just, you know, screwing around, what have you. No, they played for real. They put effort into this game, and I absolutely applaud it. And I like this new format. I think this is the way it should be going forward. And to all the winners, congratulations to all the winners. Team Cleveland Cavaliers winning the skills challenge, Tyler Hero winning the 3-point shootout. And let me tell you something about Mac McClung. I mean, Kenny Smith on the telecast said that Mac McClung is saving the dunk contest by himself. And what a treat it is to see this young man do what he does. And I think he did his personal best this past week. So all right. So another very good All-Star weekend, to say the very least. And like I said, I hope they keep that new format going forward. So very enjoyable, to say the least. So good old MF Michael Fletcher, come on in and let's get your thoughts. So what did you think about all the NBA All-Star festivities, including the new All-Star game format?
All right. As far as the celebrity game, it was entertaining for most part. It was kind of funny in certain areas. I think it was just kind of that focus. I think when you come to the second level, the Rising Stars game was entertaining for the most part. I thought they did a really good job. All-Star Saturday night, yeah, the skills competition did pretty well. I didn't really care much for the slam dunk, even though the 3-point shootout was probably the best thing of the night. As far as All Stars, the game itself, I thought it was all right. I kind of feel like, you know, there was a little bit of some people complaining about, oh, that they're not playing with the focus or the fire or the passion, whatever you want to say. For the most part, I thought they did a good job. I thought it was fine for what it was worth. It wasn't really anything they did fine, but that's all that I can say about it. Nothing more to add. Michael Bullock, briefly, we are just about a couple of minutes away from the start of overtime.
Yeah, I thought. I'll just say, I mean, it was All-Star Weekend. I mean, I thought it was solid, but not overly spectacular. I mean, yeah, I mean, the skills competition. Yeah, unfortunately, it got marred in controversy with the Wembanyama and Chris Paul cheating, and they got disqualified. I mean, the 3-point shot was all right, and then the same thing with the slam dunk. And I'm up for this format. So, but man, oh man, but there were actually some people, guys, that actually slammed the entire weekend. They thought the everything, the skills competition and the game itself was a joke. You were going to say something, Fletch?
No, I heard the same rumors as you did about how bad the skills, about the whole All-Star weekend, how bad the All-Star weekend was. So no, I agreed.
Yeah, I mean, and they're actually saying, look, same format, but they kept saying there was no defense at all. They're like, it doesn't matter how you switch it. They don't give a shit. It's just another damn showcase, and that they need to change this. They need to change it again. Maybe do like a USA versus the
The
world.
world, yeah.
That would be the only way to make it where you can actually see some defense. So I'm not going to say it was overly spectacular, but man, oh man, I mean, some people were just hammering this. So I'm not going to go as far as they are, but as the old saying goes, boys, you can't please everybody. So it is what it is. So quick thought from you, Floria, with some of the critics saying, like literally bashing the entire weekend.
Well, I can understand it. I mean, it's a showcase. It's like a showcase. I mean, they turned the Pro Bowl into a flag football game, and I thought, I thought the format was pretty good for the most part. I mean, but I wish they would give them motivation, give them something to play for. Make it meaningful.
Well, that's why I heard rumors like of people giving ideas, like maybe having USA versus the world. At least make it competitive, like maybe worth something.
Yeah, definitely. But right now we got overtime. Overtime is just underway. MF,
Let's
you know
end
what to
this
do.
now, and let's start overtime.
It is absolutely a fever pitch right now, as this one gets dumped in deep. And now here they go up the ice. And now a dump in, and that one goes wide and out of the over the glass and out of play. Whistle blows at 19:22. Now in this format, folks, just to let you know, in overtime, we're playing this under Stanley Cup playoff rules. First goal wins. If there is not a goal in this overtime, then we play a second. We could go on for all night until we decide a winner. And now the draw was won by the Americans. This one gets dumped deep, tries to play it into the neutral zone, and then it does get recovered by the Americans, but they have to dump it deep. Trying to do a hard forecheck, and now finally Canada gets it out. Into the center they go, but that one gets repossessed. Here comes the Americans. Opportunity shot, no. Rebound a little wide. That one gets thrown in front, and now given up. And now this one goes deep, and now gets recovered by the United States. They bring it up ice. Here's an opportunity. Shot. No, rebound. That one goes a little wide. U.S. with some sustained pressure right now. And that one now gets ripped away. Here comes Canada. Canada with a shot. That one gets saved by Hellebuck. Hagel. And that one gets dumped deep. And trying to get room. Canada with the puck now gets turned away, turned over, and now here comes the U.S. Nope. And it's still in the U.S. zone. Finally gets out of there. And now here comes an icing.
Hopeful of having a winner here tonight. And if we do get a winner here before we go off the air tonight, we will also do a recap of this Four Nations face-off, and I'll give you a little spoiler as to how I feel about it. I absolutely love it, and this game, hands down, exactly what we were hoping for.
And a lot of the American fans were up in arms because there was a lot of Canadians on the ice. That should have been a penalty.
Yeah, I think you can see by the replay there was definitely too many men. Yeah, the American bench is furious. Like how in the world did they get away with it?
Yeah. All right. Puck drop, puck won by the Americans. And now tries to dump in deep. And that one gets cleared away. Line change for the United States. Line change for Canada. Here comes Connor McDavid. McDavid with a head of speed. Connor McDavid! No! And that one gets saved. And now here comes Canada again. But that one gets blocked. And now here comes the Americans. And now this one gets dumped in deep. Given out. Keeps it in. And they're looking. There's one in front! No, that gets saved! Almost! And there's a slap shot. That one goes wide. And now here comes Canada now. But that one gets dumped deep. Here comes the Americans. Brings it up ice. And just does a dump and chase. And there's an opportunity. Here's Connor McDavid. McDavid's on in. McDavid, no! Can't even get the shot off. Here's an opportunity for the Americans. Here's a shot. That one goes wide. Looking. So many opportunities now. There's a shot. Oh, he got taken out. And they got a hold. Oh, my goodness.
Holy smokes. Woo. Oh,
Mercy, wouldn't you say, MF?
boy, there were some major opportunities for the U.S. to end it. Woo.
Shakespeare, five-star classic, Shakespearean drama at its absolute finest. We wouldn't have it any other way.
Not bad for the inaugural Four Nations face-off.
That one gets dumped in, recovered by the United States. Here they come again. Now they try to dump in deep. Now into the play, into the corner it goes. A chant of USA here in Boston. Trying to will the Americans to this gold. And now here comes an opportunity. Use. And now this one gets dumped in middle. Here comes Canada again. And now here's a dump and chase here. Here's a shot. That's no rebound. Oh, what a save by Bennington!
Oh, my. As
Jordan Bennington
as the late,
finding the fountain of youth from 2019 and just saved the Canadians from a point-blank shot. Oh, my goodness.
oh, my, as the late, great Dick Enberg would say. I'm sure for Bruins fans, I'm like, they probably remember Bennington, unfortunately. All right, back to the action.
Up the draw, and Bennington with another big save.
What the? My gosh.
And it was Austin Matthews that almost won it.
Austin Matthews. Glove saving a beaut.
And now here comes the Americans again to try to get this. And this one's pinned up against the boards. And now a scrum. Now gets released out. Bennington tries to make something out of it. And now finally cleared out of the zone. The U.S. was sniffing around for the game winner. But they don't get it. 5 minutes already gone in this overtime. And now here's an opportunity as a U.S. player goes down. Now given and now this one's turned over. He's just gonna dump it in and try to throw it deep, and that one gets cleared out, and now gets played back. Here comes off the boards, trying to get an opportunity. This one gets pinned, and they're still going at it. They're still scrumming into the blue line, and it's still tied up. And now here comes Canada with it. Here's now Hellebuck. Hellebuck gives it off. And now here comes the U.S. to try to get another opportunity here. Chant of USA ringing out. Here comes Canada on a 3-on-2. And that one goes down in front. And that one is sealed off. Nicely done. And now here comes Canada again. Gets into the line. He goes around. Gets slammed. Still and lost the puck. Recovered by Canada. Here's a shot. That one goes wide. And now here comes the Americans. Matthews, given, shot, no, rebound, off to the side. And now he's just going to try to dump in deep. Larkin cannot get it there. And now it gets turned over. Here comes Canada on a rush. And he just dumps it in so that they can get a necessary line change. Here comes the Americans. Get smoked out. Down in the center ice. Now gets turned over. Here is an opportunity as it gets dumped around the net, right in the back. Some hard checks being played, but the Americans come out of it. 3-on-3. Can he get to the opportunity? No, gets stuck and gets caught and turns it over. And now here comes the Americans now with it. Recoil. Now comes into the ice, gets a shot, no. And here's now right around the back, now turns around, still trying to make something out of nothing. Does, fires, down in front, no. And now here's one cleared out, and now a line change for both teams. Pareko, here's a shot, that one goes wide. And now there's a change, a run now, and they called icing. Race for the puck, and Canada wins the race to call an icing. And the fans are not happy with that call.
Yeah, the American fans not happy with that. Yeah, you can see the deflection there.
And now here's an opportunity. Down in front, looking, shot, scores! Connor McDavid has won it for Canada! The Canadians wins the Four Nations face-off!
Unbelievable. Jordan Binnington has done it again at TD Garden.
Believe in the hype.
Bruins fans are probably like, just go away, Jordan Binnington. We've seen enough of you.
Connor McDavid basically pulls a Sidney Crosby.
And the Canadians are probably saying, payback is a bitch.
Team USA won it in their house last Saturday night in the round robin. Team Canada does it in their house. Holy hell, what a game. What a tournament.
Man, that was. I really wanted the U.S. to win.
I thought they would have.
Oh
Especially
man.
with how great they looked in that first game against Finland.
And if this were like 1997, especially when Bret Hart became the enemy, he'd probably be like, "And this is why you Americans are losers."
Yeah, he would have said that back then. All the way around.
I have to say this. This was more for Canada than the United States. Canada needed to win this because there was already people wondering, was Canada, with the way that Canada has not won in these type of tournaments, especially with the World Juniors, because the US have won the last two World Junior competitions. Was there a a shift in power? Had the U.S. actually got there and became better than the Canadians, at least for now and at least for tonight, that one is still U.S. is there, but not all the way there. They're not there yet, but they are gaining. If you're in Canada, you gotta breathe a sigh of relief because if they would have lost this, oh my God, the repercussions would have been devastating.
Something had to give.
If you're the Americans, you're disappointed, but you can't hang your head. You got to think that, all right, we did great, but what can we do to get us to that next level? Because we're there. We're right there.
Well, I wonder if there are some Americans who probably say U.S. deserved to lose because of what happened with Charlie McAvoy.
Well, I
Because
don't know it.
there was some people who were ripping the U.S. for McAvoy being where he is now.
Well,
So there are probably some, unfortunately, would probably say, "Hey, U.S. got what they deserved."
well, they're starting the handshake line between USA and Canada. What a game it was. Canada gets the revenge on the Americans. They do win the Four Nations face-off. They will get the trophy. They will get the prize money. They will get the gold medals.
And for this one time, they're going to actually be booing Brad Marchand in this building.
Oh, yeah. Canada, USA, another chapter. Unfortunately, it is heartbreak for the Americans. The Canadians do get the win. They do get the victory in overtime. And like we said, in just a minute, they will present the medals. We'll get the announcement of the MVP, of the MVP, and who was the player of the tournament. And then obviously Canada will get the golden moment as they'll get their chance to hoist the Four Nations Cup. You see the dejection on the Americans' faces, absolute heartbreak, as it wasn't meant to be tonight. The United States falls short by the final score 3-2. We'll come back in a little bit for the presentation and everything else, but until then, Anthony Florio, I'll give it back to you.
All right, MF. So while we await it, we are now gonna go into our recap now of the Four Nations face-off, and that started last Wednesday night, February the 12th, all the way up until tonight. Teams representing Canada, Finland, Sweden, and the United States played in a round-robin format. followed by a one-game final between the two top-placed teams. And although each team's respective national ice hockey governing body selected the rosters, this was primarily an NHL-only event with no affiliation with the Worldwide International Ice Hockey Federation, the IIHF. So Gary Bettman announced this back on February the 2nd. And so let's take a look at how this all started. It started last Wednesday, February the 12th, the first round robin game at the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Team Canada defeated Sweden by a score of 4-3 in overtime. The next night, last Thursday night, it was Team USA versus Team Finland. Team USA won the game by a score of 6-1. And then last Saturday, also in Montreal, it was Team Finland versus Team Sweden. Team Finland winning that game 4-3 in overtime. Last Saturday night, of course, was the highly anticipated Team USA versus Team Canada game in Montreal. Team USA winning that game by a score of 3-1 to massive ratings. And then this past Monday, Team Canada defeated Team Finland 5-3 as we shifted to the TD Garden in Boston. And then Team Sweden defeated Team USA 2-1. And then here tonight, Team Canada defeating Team USA in the final 3-2 in overtime. I mean, you can make an argument for Sidney Crosby as a potential MVP. Connor McDavid, a worthy candidate. Nathan McKinnon, a worthy candidate. Jordan Bennington, definitely a worthy candidate when it comes to who should be the MVP of this tournament. Aside from a couple of games, I got to tell you, this tournament was absolutely a joy to watch. It was beyond fun to watch. None more so than what we witnessed here tonight. We knew going into this game, and I knew going into this game, that this was going to be a 5-star Shakespearean drama classic. And I guess I think we're getting ready to do the announcements. So let's bring MF back in, and we'll go from there.
They just announced the player of the game was obviously Connor McDavid, and now they're coming to do. And Nathan McKibben has just been announced the Four Nations Face-Off Most Valuable Player. So Nathan McKibben will get that. And now they are just about ready to present the trophy. And that will be to the captain, Sidney Crosby of the Pittsburgh Penguins. He will get to hoist the trophy first. And now they're going to present the medals right now, one by one. So each player will go one by one to get their medal. So this is going to take a little bit of time. This is all choreographed. And then obviously the last man they'll probably get it will be the captain, Sidney Crosby. And from there, he will be honored with the championship trophy. And of course, the Canadian Federation will win a prize. I think it's a $10 million prize that goes to Hockey Canada. And then from there, Sidney Crosby will get to do their thing. Canada beating USA 3-2 in overtime, an incredible game. And like I said, Canada needed this more than the United States. Canada's livelihood, their tradition, everything that they wrote about the Canadian hockey team was really on the brink. You know, they lost 2 straight in the World Juniors, and they lost earlier in this tournament to the United States. If they would have lost to the USA again in this tournament, I think this would have been a major, major, major problem. So Brad Marchand, that's interesting. Brad Marchand did not take his medal. He actually let one of his, I don't know who that was. Michael Bullock. Do you know who was with Marshawn there? Who took it?
I didn't quite see it. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. I gotta take a look at it again. I'm not quite.
Because Brad Marchand did not accept the gold medal. That's very interesting.
I don't even know who that is.
That's interesting. Brad Marchand.
I wonder if he did it out of, especially with the building that he's in. Well, and here's another thing why I wanted Team USA to win. In memory of Johnny Gaudreau.
Yes.
Regardless of what happened here tonight, he's looking down and he's smiling on Team USA tonight.
There was a poignant moment even before the game. If you actually know, in the U.S. locker room, they actually had Johnny Gaudreau's jersey number 13, especially made United States Olympic, or I should say Four Nation USA, and they had it hung in the locker as an inspiration for tonight's game. And unfortunately, like we said, it just they played amazing. They played great. Just wasn't meant to be. Tonight was not their night, as the Canadians do win it. And in a way, they need, like I said, going into this tournament, there was a lot of expectations. And you can even say the Americans were maybe the favorites going in, but the Canadians needed this tournament. They needed it to win this, because if they would have lost this game, then a lot of pressure would have been on the Hockey Federation in Canada. I mean, there would have been
major backlash.
Oh yeah, there would have been a major backlash, because there would have been a lot of people second guessing the coaching, second guessing the goaltending. Because if you think about it, they didn't even bring their best goalies to this tournament.
They would have said this team is an absolute joke.
Yeah. But, I think it was just a heartbreak. It was very unfortunate. USA played an amazing game. However, the Canadians just wanted that much more. And you know what? Just like when Sidney Crosby got the golden goal, he was the best player in the world at the time. You can say right now that Connor McDavid is the best player in the world right now, and he is the one to stick the dagger into the United States and win the Four Nations.
Man, oh man. Oh, Marchand's back out.
And he actually did get the medal. Oh, they jumped the gun. That's why. Because I don't think it was his medal. It was actually one of the other guys. So he was probably carrying an injured Canadian to his medal. All right, that makes sense now. We're getting closer and closer to the captains of the team. Like I said, in just a minute, the last man that will most likely get the medal will be Sidney Crosby. He will get his medal, and more importantly, he will get to hoist that trophy in just a moment as captain of the Canadian team. Now Crosby coming up. He will get his medal. He will get the trophy, and that will be it. There it is. He gets his medal.
Yep, he gets it. Now it's
Are they gonna? Is he going to get the? Oh, they're getting all right. They're gonna get closer so that they can do the presentation. So they're in one blue line. Now they're at the close. Now they're in the other blue line, and now Gary Bettman, the commissioner of the National Hockey League, will come out and will present.
Oh, it's the Canadian national anthem.
All right.
Well, you hope some of the fans will be respectful. Because I'm sure you heard before the game, the Canadian national anthem was played, and there was some boos.
One of the great national anthems in the world. And what a night in the country of Canada. No nation loves hockey as much as our neighbors to the north. Now, the presentation of the Four Nations Face-Off Trophy to Canada captain Sidney Crosby. The captain, Sidney Crosby.
One of the great national anthems of the world. Oh, Canada.
With a name for what Connor McDavid did, Marchand, what is usually his home ice.
Here we go.
Given the honor, skating around the next. Drew Doughty was one of two players from the
Be careful.
goal penalty. Crosby, of course, the other. Doughty was a 20-year-old kid. And today he played with Thomas Harley, who was 23 years old in his first crack at it.
There it is, boys.
And then he played only 6 NHL games all year prior to this.
Okay, there it is.
USA had the year 2 play. Here we go.
And Marchand got it first. Nice gesture by Sidney Crosby, considering that this is Marchand's house, of course, with the Boston Bruins. Drew Doughty from the Los Angeles Kings. And I believe now it's Nathan MacKinnon from the Colorado Avalanche, the MVP of the Four Nations Face-Off. And there is the hero, the best in the world, the golden goal, Connor McDavid. Cale Makar from the Colorado Avalanche. And yes, there are some disappointed American fans here, but they're still here. Sam Bennett, another championship moment for him, winning the Stanley Cup with the Florida Panthers last year. Parayko. And of course, he does it in Boston again. Jordan Binnington from the St. Louis Blues, like he did in Game 7 of the 2019 Stanley Cup Final against the Bruins, Mitch Marner of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Sam Reinhart, also from the Cup champion Florida Panthers. Hagel. And I believe that's Anthony Cirelli from the Tampa Bay Lightning. That'll go with his 2 cups, and there's his teammate, Braden Point. And Sanheim with it now. So, and now they're talking it over with Sidney Crosby. And, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So, say what you want about Sidney Crosby. I mean, he's now won 3 Stanley Cups and the gold medal with Team Canada in the 2010 Winter Olympics. And now he can add this to it. There's no doubt about it. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer whenever he's ready to hang it up. Which who knows how long that'll be, because he's still a relatively young man. So no doubt about that. So what a moment. What a moment. And I think the coaches and perhaps the executives are now going to get their turn with the Four Nations Face-Off Trophy. A resounding success, to say the very least. And yeah, we are most certainly going to have we might have to have a discussion in just a moment when it comes to this championship game here tonight. So there you have it. Connor McDavid, the golden goal to win it for a team, to win the Four Nations face-off for Team Canada. 3-2 in overtime. And holy hell, what a game and what a tournament. So Nathan MacKinnon, the most valuable player. Certainly no argument from me on that. Had a great tournament. 3 goals in this tournament. And you could have made an argument for Jordan Bennington.
It's like a pro. Hit a home run.
With what he did here tonight. So, yeah. So, all right. So, we hope you enjoyed that. So now we're going to get into our discussion about the Four Nations face-off. We're going to have our recap of it. And, of course, you already know how it all played out. The final standings, Team USA had 6 points. Team Canada and Team Sweden both had 5 points. And Finland wound up finishing with 2. But the thing was, Team Canada had the tiebreaker because they defeated Sweden in overtime in the very first game of the Four Nations face-off. So, and go figure, that led us to right here tonight, and Team Canada winning the Four Nations face-off in a game for the ages, 3-2 in overtime on the golden goal by Connor McDavid of the Edmonton Oilers. 8 months ago, he came up just a smidgen short of winning his first ever Stanley Cup. Now he can say, I led my country to the promised land. I led my country to the championship of the inaugural Four Nations face-off. 1 year from now, of course, it will be the Winter Olympics. The Winter Olympics in Italy. And, we're going to be all over the Winter Olympic coverage on that, the hockey coverage especially. And I am hopeful that 2 years from now, I am hopeful that when we get to 2027, I hope they bring this back. I hope we do this from now on. I mean, I know there's going to be some people that might miss the
Well,
All-Star
I
game.
actually heard the next time they're doing this, it's going to be called, it's the World Series of Hockey. And it's not, and it's going to be more teams during this mid-season thing.
Even better. Even better. I mean, I'd like to see the Czech Republic in this. I would like to see the Russians in this. And maybe MF has a little bit more on that when I throw it over to him. But all I can say is this was a blast. I had we all I think I speak on behalf of all of us when I say we had the time of our lives watching this thing, especially tonight. I mean, what happened in that game here tonight, without a doubt, made this Four Nations face-off the resounding success. And we all remember. We all remember, just over, the last Saturday night when that game averaged 4.4 million viewers in the United States on ABC, according to Nielsen Fast National data, and it peaked at 5.2 million. It was the most viewed non-Stanley Cup final hockey telecast since 2019. I mean, just absolutely mind-boggling when you think about all that. And just absolutely, just an absolute success. It was beyond fun to watch. And you thought the ratings tonight were something. Just wait until the ratings for this game come out. I guarantee you it's going to be even higher than that game last Saturday night in Montreal. And that's all I can say on that. And Gary Bettman, I know he's gotten a lot of flack over the years from all of us, but he definitely deserves a round of applause for putting this whole thing together and giving us something far more entertaining than the All-Star game, whether it be the skills competition or the game itself. I mean, those games were so, but they played with passion, they played with fire, they played with intensity, and they had a reason to play. It was not some meaningless, happy to be here, hokey game that we've seen over the years. No. They gave us a reason to care about this. They gave us a reason to tune in. And the next time they do this, I don't care how many is in it. And like MF said, it's going to be more than 4 this time around. So this World Series of Hockey, I can't wait to see it. And we also cannot wait to see, the Winter Olympic competition next year. That's going to be just as much fun. And congratulations to Gary Bettman and to everyone who helped put this wonderful event together. And thank you for making hockey fun. Thank you for making mid-season hockey fun to watch. I mean, way better than some hokey, dinky all-star game where you would see no effort whatsoever. Look at me, all this nonsense. No. That game we saw here tonight, that's what we want to see from now on at this time of year. Winter Olympic year or not. So bravo, Gary Bettman and everybody who put it all together. We, on behalf of all of us, we thank you so much for doing so. For everybody who, all the people behind the scenes that brought it to us. God bless you. And man, oh man, that was fun. So can't wait till we do it. I cannot wait until we get to do it all again. And I know that'll probably be next year for the Winter Olympics in Italy, but I want to see that again. And with more teams. So congratulations, Team Canada. I'm not at all surprised. when we did our preview a week ago, I said it was going to be either the USA or Canada. I was leaning a little more towards USA after how they dominated Finland in their first game and how Canada needed overtime to beat Sweden. But like MF said, something had to give here tonight, and Team Canada needed this. The pressure was on Team Canada, and they knew it because they lost to Team USA in their home country, in Montreal, last Saturday night. And they knew they had to go into the only way they could get payback is if they got to this game, which they did. And they had to go into the US's house, TD Garden, Boston. Very hostile environment. But somehow, some way, they managed to do it. And Connor McDavid, for right now, Connor McDavid will never score a bigger goal in his life other than that one tonight. That goal here tonight, unless he does something bigger, unless somehow he finally gets to hoist the Stanley Cup, that goal that he scored tonight will forever be, until he wins the cup, will forever be the biggest and greatest goal that young man has ever scored. Touch them all, kid. You're never going to score a bigger goal in your life right now. So, excellent tournament. 5-star classic here tonight. Shakespearean drama at its absolute finest. That's why I love this game, man. That's why I love it. So, can't wait till we do it again. So, not much more to say. Good old MF Michael Fletcher. Hopefully, I've given you enough time to recover from that epic call here tonight. So, resounding success, I'd say. So,
yeah. I think going into this tournament, I think we all were apprehensive. I think a lot of us was wondering if this was going to be good, if this was going to amount to anything, and then all of a sudden, boom went the dynamite, and yeah, we witnessed greatness right before our very eyes. It was an amazing tournament. It was an amazing event. The four nations delivered in ways that I think none of us thought it would be, because we thought it was going to be a glorified all-star. We didn't think that the teams were going to play that. We thought the teams were going to half-ass it. We thought it was going to be like the traditional, and you could tell right out of the gate they were not half-assing it. That they actually were pushing each other to the limits, that they were pushing themselves harder than they ever did. And you started to notice that, no, they're not playing for the back of the jersey, they're playing for what's in front of the jerseys. And all of a sudden you notice that was kind of the difference maker of why this event worked and why we loved why the four nations delivered and then some, because they were not halving anything. They were going for it. They were playing it like this, this meant something to them. And that's exactly what made it such a great game or such a great event. Um, Obviously, right out of the way, you had the rivalries between Finland and Sweden and USA and Canada, and they did not deliver. They did not disappoint. They delivered and then some. US and Canada, the bad blood in Montreal, that game in Montreal, that really ignited a nation and really that started the whole thing. That's when the tournament really began, was when USA and Canada got going. And at that moment, you realize, oh man, we need another one of those. And yeah, it was an incredible game and everything else. And Canada gets the revenge. They needed to win more than anything else, because if they lost this game, there would have been a lot of people questioning the Canadians about what's going on in Hockey Canada, everything else, blah, 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 blah. Has the Americans passed the Canadians now in hockey? So there would have been a lot of pressure. For the USA, you cannot hang your heads. Don't hang your heads on this one. That was a heartbreaking loss, but you're there. You're right there. For all of the American fans, You got nothing to be disappointed about. This team overachieved in this tournament. Yes, this was a heartbreaking loss, but realistically, you cannot be ashamed of the United States and how that played out. That was an incredible performance by them, and it gives optimism for a lot of the U.S. fans that they could probably win the gold medal next year. Obviously, the Canada will be the favorites, but you got to think the Americans are right there. So we could see this again 1 year from now in Italy, where we're in Milan, going for the medals. So we'll see. So we'll see. Obviously, there's going to be some other countries in there. The Czechs, maybe the Russians. We don't know. We got to see what the IOC and what the IWH and the WIHF says about if they'll allow the Russians to play in the Olympics. If they do, oh boy, no, I'm gonna say this: if Russia was in this tournament, in this Four Nations, I'm telling you right now, guys, I don't think the USA would have won this. The Russian lineup and the guys they could have brought to that squad was dangerous. So I think Canada's thanking their lucky stars that the Russians were not allowed in this tournament. Because if they were in it, oh my God, this tournament would have been insane. That's all I was said. The tournament would have been insane more than anything else. So we'll see. So nothing more to say. Michael Bullock, you get the final say on this one.
Yeah, what can you say? I mean, I really like this Four Nations format. I mean, with the four best teams, I mean, it was only fitting that U.S. and Canada closed it out with a classic like we saw tonight. And I hope we get more of this in the future. I mean, yeah. What can you say? McKinnon, the MVP of the tournament. I mean, but yeah, I mean, this was just an amazing tournament. Like I said, I hope they bring this back next year. So that's pretty much all I can say. I mean, you guys pretty much said everything when it comes to this. So that being said, Florio, let's put a bow on this edition of TXN Sports World.
Just to let you know, Michael Bullock, the Four Nations will not be back next year because next year is the Winter Olympics. So the earliest that we'll get to...
So it would be 2027, I think?
Yes, 2027 would probably be Four Nations if they decide to do it. But then the next year after that, it's going to be the World Cup of Hockey. They have decided that they're going to be doing the World Cup of Hockey and the Winter Olympics in 2-year intervals. So the next year will be the Winter Olympics. 2028 will be the World Cup of Hockey. 2030 will be another Winter Olympics, and I can confirm the NHL will be involved in that event as well. And in 2032 is the World Cup of Hockey. So get ready for 8 years of best on best hockey with the NHL, hopefully with the blessing of the double IHF. We might have, and this might replace the All-Star Weekend during those years. So already, guys, get ready because we might have 8 years of incredible best on best hockey. And if it's anything like Four Nations, guys, get ready because we might be this might be a banner time for hockey in general and for the NHL.
Yes. Let's go. That's all I can say. Let's make it happen. All right. So with that being said, that will indeed put the bow on this very exciting edition of TXN Sports World. We want to thank you all so very much for tuning in as always. We'll be back with you again tomorrow night, 11 p.m., immediately following SmackDown over on MF's channel, Brace Fan 95. we got the Cerebral Smack Talk. And you thought Ridiculously Raw on Tuesday night was a newsworthy show? Tomorrow night's show is going to be just as newsworthy. MF and I will recap TNA Impact. That was live tonight from Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. A lot of big things happened on that. That was a newsworthy show. No big surprise. I knew it would be. And then tomorrow night, also in addition to that, we'll also have Friday Night SmackDown. And if you saw the big announcement tonight, that show just got newsworthy, to say the very least.
That's right. The final boss is going to be on SmackDown.
You better believe it. That's why it's newsworthy. So, is he going to cause more chaos? Is he going to cause another round of chaos like he did at this time last year? We shall wait and see. So that's it. That'll be tomorrow night, 11 p.m. immediately following SmackDown. MF will have it, Brace Fan 95, and then from there, Tuesday night, we do it again, Ridiculously Raw, right here on the Tone 25. Monday Night Raw and NXT. We'll get into that and we will go from there. So that's it. So until tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk over on the MF channel, Brace 395. This is Anthony Florio here for good old MF Michael Fletcher, for Michael Bullock, and in spirit, of course, always and forever, our First Lady, Dee Dee Woodson. You know the routine, everybody. Thumbs up. Talk to you later. Yeah. Throw it up Fortune 4 style. Bye for now, my friends. God bless. Be good to each other. Have a blessed Friday. And until tomorrow night for the Cerebral Smack Talk, you've been watching TXN Sports World right here on the Tone 25 on YouTube and StreamYard.com. For everybody who has been a part of this one, for now, Anthony Florio, so long, and bye, everybody, bye.